Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to today's episode on A Better World with Adrian. I feel inspired to share a mini episode, a mini transmission about the key refinements that are required in the divine masculine frequency right now as we build a world we're proud of, as we birth new earth. And if you are new here, welcome to the movement. This is the movement New Earth Elite. This is a fleet of souls that are stepping forward in their divine assignment, in their soul mission to make their impact on the planet. And this is where you really transition out of someone who's successful and living their soul purpose to someone who is a spiritual endurance athlete that has stepped into the Olympic arena of what it means to bring heaven on earth to fruition, to reality, to manifestation. So, I'm going to share on this topic, and what I really feel inspired to share most potently is that this is not about gender. This is about energetic frequency and sacred geometry. So there is an ancient alchemical sacred geometry that is being asked to be reborn, a renaissance, if you will, coming back into the alignment and the harmonization of sacred geometry between the masculine and feminine energetic on our planet, right? We've been in a deep embedded, harmful, chaotic pattern for thousands and thousands of years in humanity of both the wounded masculine and the wounded feminine working together in a very bizarre, damaging puzzle piece that feeds off one another, right? And so this is not about gender. We are transcending gender, we are transcending politics, we are transcending all of this bullshit distraction, and we're getting to the alchemical ancient codes. That is what I do. That is what I teach. That is what a better world really will be birthed from. And as we move forward in 2026, 2027, all the way till 2028, we're going to be transitioning out of a 7 year cycle where Chiron, which is the wounded healer, has been in Aries, really illuminating a lot of the wounded masculine archetypes that we all are being called to heal within each of us and therefore heal on a global stage. This is not about the patriarchy. This is not about government. This is not about they're wrong, I'm right. All of that, again, is a bullshit distraction. And this comes from a person who I used to, as recently as like 2021, virtue signal from the left. Okay. When you know better, you do better. It's time to transcend all of that because heaven on earth literally has nothing to do with politics, religion, government, quote unquote, health care, which is actually sick care. Like it's all bullshit. And if you are looking for a space that wants to keep you in your comfort zone and everything that you've believed about the world up to this point, this is not the space for you. I am here to shatter illusion in the service of freedom, health, wealth, happiness, freedom on our planet. Our mantra in New Earth Elite is healthy, wealthy, happy, and free, stewarding our missions of divinity. It is so epic. And if you're here, you're meant for greatness. And if you pressed play on this, it's because there's either a conscious or subconscious part of you that knows there is deep alchemical healing and change and transformation and refinement that you've got to be making in the divine masculine frequency right now. It's for all of us. It's not just for men, it's not just for women. Okay? It's not about gender, it's not about the patriarchy. And it's not about the matriarchy. It's not about any of that. It's about sacred geometry and ancient alchemical healing to break the pattern that has been how the wounded masculine and wounded feminine have created a puzzle piece of chaos and destruction and lack and darkness on our planet so that the sacred geometry can be reborn, reclaimed, and rise and work together to birth a world we're proud of. So, here are the refinements I see. I'm just going to fire them off. I'm going to shoot from the hip. I made a quick bulleted list because that's how my channel works. And you come to me and you hire me as your mentor. You don't pay me for my time. You pay me to collapse time. Like one breakthrough, like something you receive in this podcast can give you 20, 30 years of your life back. So treat this podcast like you paid me $50,000 for it and then implement like a boss and tell me what happens. Okay. One of my favorite MLK quotes, Martin Luther King Jr., who is an ascended master, who is a maverick, who is a leader, who is New Earth elite. He said, "Those who love peace must learn to organize as effectively as those who love war." This is the bedrock energetic of the divine masculine frequency refinement that we are all being called forward into. It's being summoned from each of us, okay? It's being summoned from me in a certain way because I'm in a feminine body and that's my geometry for this lifetime. If you are a man, which most of my high proximity one-on-one clients and, high proximity coming to my retreats, activations are really powerful men. And I think a big part of that is how sacred geometry works. Like the feminine and the masculine energetic, when they work together, that's when we can really make a lot of massive, massive change. I really stopped resonating with spaces that are all women and all men. I just don't resonate with it anymore. And it's because we must have the sacred geometry to self actualize, to change the planet, to birth a better world, to birth new earth. So, those who love peace must learn to organize just as effectively as those who love war. Okay? War is unhealed masculine. Protection, providership. This is all the divine masculine, and this is for all of us. So if you are a man out there, this is going to be more prominent and more important for you because of the body that you came in this lifetime. Now, I was just talking to someone the other day who's a man. He's been married to another man for 20 years, and they have polarity in their relationship. One is more in the masculine energy, and then one is more in the feminine energy. No matter what the gender is, there's always this polarity, there's always a sacred geometry. It must be for us to create lasting change. So, first refinement is the wielding of capital. You are being called in a refinement and an up level and an ascension in the power you hold through money, how you wield that, how you steward it, and how you expand it. You've got to be making more money. You've got to be making more money in a clean, energetic. You've got to be bankrolling shit you're proud of more in bigger ways. And you've got to be stacking mad cash from the ancient codes. Like, there is a very floaty, mystic, broke healer vibe that like talks about abundance, but talks about literally everything besides money. That is not New Earth. And that's why I tend to repel these people without even saying anything. Wielding capital in a whole new way is required of you in refining the divine masculine frequency. Okay. Second thing, protecting, providing, and integrity. A deeper level of protecting what's sacred. Do you have boundaries? Do you have structures? Providing. Are you a provider? Are you providing for the feminine? Are you providing for Mother Earth? Are you providing for children? Okay. When people talk about the matriarchy, a lot of people think, oh, it's about all about women. No, it's actually about children. The most pure essence, honestly, our greatest teachers. You want to learn about life? Hang around kids. They're so pure. The other, and integrity. Integrity is I'm a person of my word. I'm a person aligned with the light. In the quiet moments no one sees, I'm proud of what I do. I love myself. I trust myself. I respect myself. At the end of the day, most people on this planet do not even respect the way you are living your own life. And then you wonder why you don't trust yourself. You wonder why you don't love yourself. You wonder why you don't feel happy, joy, free, why you don't have these relationships, why you don't have the soul business, why you don't feel the impact that you want to make. Are you a person of integrity? Integrity is not, oh, what people from the outside say. Integrity is, I know who the fuck I am and I follow through on my values when no one's watching. It means when I commit to my physical health and someone offers me a cookie, I say no because I refuse to break my own word with me. That's integrity. That's divine masculine energetic, right? And it happens in quiet moments no one sees, where are either building deep, unfuckwithable trust and fusion with creator, spirit, God source energy, or you're breaking that trust. And this is the core essence of the work I do with my clients in holy habits. These are daily portals of divinity or daily instant gratifications of demise. Like most people, every single day, all day, invest in their own demise rather than their own divinity. Where do you fall? Where is the refinement that you are seeing through this? Okay, next thing, leadership. The divine masculine frequency within each of us is all about leadership. It's you go first. If you are waiting, if you are hesitating, if you are hemming and hawing, if you are looking around for answers outside of yourself, you are not leading yourself. How do you expect to lead your movement, your business, your mission, your family, your bloodline, a better world, the dream that's sown into your heart? You aren't going to lead any of it. As within, so without. Deeper refinement of leadership required. Organization. Are you organized? Do you know your numbers? Do you have a life system and an ecosystem? Willpower doesn't work. Habits work. Systems work. You've got to delete the amount of decisions you're making every single day so that your bandwidth for uncertainty only goes to creativity, only goes to innovation, only goes to solutions, only goes to artistry, only goes to love. Are you wasting your precious life force energy because you have not had the discipline and devotion to be organized? This goes back to digital detox, habits, all of the things. The other refinement, always be giving. Are you giving? The masculine is always giving. Are you giving every single day? Giving is how you receive. Receiving is how you give. Depending on your expression in this lifetime, it's going to come in different ways. However, all of us have the divine masculine frequency within each of us, and you've got to be in the refinement of how can I give? This entitlement energy has got to go away. How can you give? How can you build? How can you serve? When you focus on service, every other thing works out. My grandpa taught this to me when I started my first business, and I was scared shitless. I asked him for $10,000 to start my business, to have a photo shoot, to hire a coach, and to build a website. And he said yes. And he said, and of course, it was a loan, and I paid him and all of that stuff. Um, I literally pitched him. I had all of these business plans. I thought $10,000 was so much money at the time. And he said to me, when you focus on service, every other thing works out. Always be giving, always focusing on service. Key refinements for divine masculine frequency. Channeling. Are you in a channeling state? Are you getting direct messages from creator and you're going out and building them immediately? Is there space between idea and execution? There cannot be space. This is all divine masculine frequency. It's about action. It's about now. Creator is immediate. Are you immediate? Or do you get an idea and you sit on it and you hesitate and you ask other people? It's like, no, no, no. I know and I go, I know and I go, I know and I go. Here's a really big one that I see so deeply in all of my male clients specifically. Healing. Chiron in Aries has exposed the amount of healing, refinement required in the divine masculine frequency. And it goes like this. You have been taught as a man that you've got to be strong, don't be a pussy, shove it down. You've got to hold everything together. And especially with the state of the world right now, you're probably carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders because you see a lot of this little dick energy running around, creating destruction in the world. And you're like, not on my watch. And you're holding everything. And meanwhile, you haven't let yourself feel your feelings. You're holding trauma from either lived experience, lived violence, the amount of veterans I've worked with, the amount of people on the front lines I've worked with, literally people, men in war zones, or honestly, like most men have experienced some kind of sexual trauma. And it's not normalized for you to talk about it, and let alone admit it to yourself that it happened. And then you're like, shove it down, shove it down, shove it down, shove it down. And then there's all of this shame. And this is why men are so disassociated. This is why there's so much violence on our planet, because there is so much shame about the deep trauma that men carry. And I am here to be such a sacred interruption to that. And one of the deepest refinements required in the divine masculine frequency is the strength to be vulnerable, the strength to let it fall apart. You know, one of my clients, and this is something I really love about men in general. You're very straightforward for them. Like male energy is very logical and straightforward. And it's like one person, they were considering doing breath work and they said no because they were like, actually, I don't want to get rid of my pain. My pain has created a lot of success for me. I'm going to hold on to my pain. This is what's blocking you. If you are a man out there and you are a successful man, I guarantee that you have created a lot of fucking money, a lot of fucking success, a lot of major service and impact on this planet from pain. And your deepest refinement, the next level to your success, your alignment, your soul mission, your divine assignment is to let go of that pain. And it's terrifying because that pain has served you. However, the deepest amount of power is exposed in your vulnerability, your willingness to feel, your willingness to transmute that trauma, the violence that you went through that no one knows about. Physical, emotional, sexual, mental. Transmuting that in your nervous system, which and going to that little boy in the corner that's crying and scared shitless and scared to fuck everything up and scared to show your emotions because you were told shove it down, don't be a pussy. Giving them a deep hug. This is what I do with you in breathwork, by the way. It's a very active becoming your own healer, resetting your nervous system, not regulating it, not distracting yourself, not another fool's errand, not, oh, I'm addicted to my healing journey and blah, 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 blah. It's, I lay down, I heal myself, I heal my bloodline, I go toe to toe with these things I have never allowed myself to feel. This is where true kings are born. And you're being called. I have full body chills. You're being called into this refinement right now, right here, right now, today, 2026. This is exactly what we do in this work together. This is the biggest key refinement I see for the divine masculine. It's really not about doing more. Like all of these other things, they've got to come from the bedrock of healing. That's why the trifecta of transformation that I've seen 100x people's lives without exception, healing, knowledge, and skill. The divine masculine wants to skip the healing portion. You're like, knowledge, skill, knowledge, skill, knowledge, skill. Meanwhile, your nervous system, which controls 95% of your life in your subconscious mind, has never felt the feelings that you felt when you were 5 years old. You will always cock block your blessings without realizing it. Healing, strength, vulnerability, trauma, transmuting it, being the sacred pattern interrupt in your bloodline in this divine masculine frequency. Okay, another key refinement into the divine masculine, and this is for, like I said, for everyone, it's going to express differently. If I were to look at your unique natal chart, your life story, your soul mission, your challenges, your wins, I can give like so much personalized guidance on how and what and how this is expressing and the quickest path to your ascension. There's a big fear of messing up for men right now because there's this like war. The wounded feminine is making the divine masculine scared to step into their leadership because there's this like war on the patriarchy or whatever. And men are like, oh, like, is it okay for me to just like kiss her? Is it okay for me to just like lead and just like ask her out? Like, I don't want to be creepy. I don't want to be weird. And it's this like, oh my goodness gracious. Like, men are terrified, good men with good hearts, and the masculine is terrified of messing up because there's so much energy out there that's like that like hates men. I've got to be real with you. I love men. I only meet amazing men everywhere I go, all over the world. Why? Because that's what I decided I'm available for. And the divine masculine is alive and well. However, the refinement that I see is just there's a visceral fear in the masculine of messing it up. They're like, oh my God, women have been through so much with the wounded masculine. I don't want to mess this up. And so you don't take the action and the moves and the leadership that you feel called to. And then the cycle perpetuates because that's still the wounded masculine. Even though you're not being violent, you're not leading. So there's a fear of messing up. The question you've got to ask yourself, this is the final thing I'll say in these key refinements in the divine masculine frequency for all of us. By the way, if you feel this in your soul, it's very likely that you and I are meant to work together. And the two ways that you can work with me are in one-on-one mentorship or coming to the Greece Atlantis activation in June. The links to both opportunities are in the show notes. Apply right now. Masculine energy is all about taking action. Um, Share your heart with me in the application, and I will reach out and invite you into the space that is correct for you and where you're at in your path right now. The last thing that I'll share, the refinement that we've all got to get really comfy and cozy with, and it's going to be wildly confronting for everyone, no matter what your gender is we've got to acknowledge the war within ourselves. Okay. Unhealed masculine energy is all about war and violence. And something that a better world, new earth, heaven on earth is going to be built through a lot of is energy and the inner work that we all do within ourselves. Because the reason there's so much war on our planet right now is because there's so much war within each of us. It's the part of you that knows something and doesn't do it. And then you have inner turmoil all day, every day, because you aren't living the truth. You aren't the person you say you are. So you're constantly at war with yourself. You're constantly in dis-ease. You're constantly in disharmony. Where are you at war with yourself? Where are you not allowing yourself to be the real version of you? And maybe you're like, Adrian, I don't even know who the real version of me is yet. Okay, great. Your quest is to discover that real version of yourself. Stop being at war with yourself. Do not, the last person you will ever disappoint is you and creator. Disappoint everyone else. Stop people pleasing. Stop placating the comfort zones of others. Stop breaking your own word. Where are you at war within yourself? Are you berating yourself all day, every day? Are you whipping yourself? Are you punishing yourself? Or are you taking action from a deep space of love and reverence and joy and overflow and abundance and magic and strength? Like these are the refinements that we've all got to be making in the divine masculine frequency to reharmonize our planet in the sacred geometry. So, this is today's episode. I love you. I believe in you. I believe in a better world. Share this with someone in your life that you know is committed to refining and up-leveling and transcending, especially in the divine masculine frequency. I do challenge you to share this with at least two men. Doing the spiritual work is harder for men. It's way harder. The empires you build, though, when you do this, fucking epic. Why? Because you're the builder, you're the architect, you're the giver, you're the leader, you're the warrior. And if you feel called to this work, I would absolutely love to work with you inside New Earth Elite in making these refinements real, embodied, and just locked in. Like I said, there's two ways you can do this. One-on-one mentorship. You can do full 9 months with me. You can do a 2 week or 1 month immersion. I also have the Greece Atlantis New Earth activation coming up June 16th till the 21st on the islands. It's going to be absolutely incredible. The links to apply to both of these opportunities inside New Earth Elite are in the show notes. And yeah, take action if you feel the call. I will be in touch. It's my honor to serve you and hold space for you in this divine time. And one of my deepest gifts is being the divine feminine presence that can hold you in these refinements of the masculine. Because, like I said, the sacred geometry, it's got to work together. The divine masculine cannot rise without the divine feminine, and the divine feminine cannot expand without the divine masculine. So, what we're doing is we're interrupting this honestly disgusting, horrendous pattern of wounded masculine and wounded feminine intertwined chaos and darkness with light, with new earth, and with these truly, this true renaissance of the ancient frequencies and sacred geometry. I hope this served you. Like I said, share this episode, apply to work with me inside New Earth Elite if you feel the call to go deeper. I cannot wait to serve you and welcome you and receive your application and connect with you. Go be the change, be the light, be the real you, make a stranger smile, be the reason they believe in life again. And I will see you next time on A Better World with Adrienne.